All right, guys, let's check out a new release from Prometheus. This is the Jamanta. I think that's how you say it. So we don't see a whole lot of releases from Prometheus, but when we do, they're really well done watches, and that's the case here as well. This is clearly a Gerald Genta style or designed diver style watch. I think there's like an IWC that's kind of has that flair, and I'm sure a few others, but this one's at a much more approachable price point. They're on pre-order right now. In case you didn't know, the way Prometheus works is you do a pre-order. You can pay full price, I think there's a discount if you pay full, or you can put 50% down, and then the watch will ship a few months later once they're produced. So that's the case with this one. The full price, if I'll put a link in the description down below the website, I think is $415. So you're going to save some money if you just go all in, or it's $250 for 50% down. That's more approachable. You only have $250 invested now, and then once the watch is completed, I think it's going to ship December of 23 or January of 24, right in that time frame, depending on supply chain issues. And then you would just pay the remainder once it's done. So that's the way that works. But anyway, let's get into the watch here. Now this is a prototype, so I think it's a pretty darn good representation of what the completed models will look like. But I measure the case excluding any of these parts of the case or these little crown guards. So I measured basically the bezel is what I measured from width is 42.1 millimeter. The lug to lug is a 50.3 millimeter. The thickness, it's only 12.5 millimeter thick, flat sapphire crystal up top. And you have 22 millimeter lug width here. And this bracelet does taper down to 20 millimeter. You have a simple fold over clasp, double pushers, 3 micro adjust, and then you have the on the fly micro adjust that you see on many micro brands. You have a really nicely done case back, no rough edges or anything like that. And you can get this in date or no date, and then we'll have the correct movement depending on which one you pick. Meaning that if you go with a date, it'll be the Miyota 9015. If you go no date, it'll be the 9039. So you have the correct movement for the watch style you pick. There's, I think, just 3 different colorways, but like I said, you can get date or no date in each one. There's obviously this color here. Then there's another one that's a white dial with blue framed applied indices and handset. And that I like that one. This would probably be my third pick. As good as this is, it's clean looking, I get it. But I would probably either pick the white with the blue, or my number 1 pick is actually going to be a black dial, and it has a yellow chapter. So check out the link in the description. Just a great looking watch. Oh, I forgot to mention 7 millimeter signed screw down crown. And yeah, it does have a helium escape valve. I know that's some people are going to be like, this is ridiculous. It's 300 meter water depth rating, and there's no dive bezel. There's not even an inner rotating bezel for the dive timing. That's okay. You're not going to go diving with this anyway. So it'll be okay, guys. This is just a uniquely designed heavy-duty watch at an affordable price point with a great bracelet, almost integrated looking, even though it's not. You can swap it out, so you could put different strap on this watch for sure. And just a very good looking watch overall. Let me put this on wrist so you can see what that looks like. It's extremely comfortable. It does have some heft to it, but I think that 42 by 50 really balances out because it's only 12.5 millimeter thick, but then it has some heft. I will weigh it, and I'll put all that information down below. I didn't get a weight on this, but it's got to be around that 200 gram mark with all the links there. It is, I mean, there's an excess amount of links here, so I'll be taking some of those out, I'm sure, when I get mine, but it just looks great on wrist, and it's extremely comfortable on wrist. And of course, there'll be killer lume as well with most micro brands, and definitely the case with Prometheus. So let's go ahead and give it a quick blast with the UV light. Let's kill the studio lights and see how this bad boy performs. I know there'll be some people watching this that have owned or do own Prometheus models. chime in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on them. I've been following the brand for a long time and really like the watches. Like I said, you just don't see too many releases from the brand. So it's exciting to see this one. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next vid.